Devesh Vithlani is, and I'm going to introduce Devesh as he's going up again to fix his visual aids to make sure that he's comfortable with them. Devesh joined the club, I don't know, it's a myth. Was it 6 months ago? I'm not sure. But I do remember him paying the fees. And then I remember I was at a few meetings, I saw him speak once or twice. And then all of a sudden I'm evaluating him and he's doing his P7. So he went like that. And now he's doing his P10. So for any of the guests, your P10 is where you complete the first big chunk within Toastmasters. It's when you become a competent communicator. So Devesh, attempting your P10 this evening, is going to be evaluated by Rizwan Salim. Rizwan, if you could read out the objectives for Devesh.
Sure. Devesh, your objective of P10 are as follows. To inspire the audience by appealing to noble motives and challenging the audience to achieve a high level of beliefs or achievement. Appeal to the audience needs and emotions using stories, anecdotes, and quotes to add drama. Avoid losing notes. Time 8 to 10 minutes. That's about it.
So Devesh, with the art of living mind management, could you please give him a resounding round of applause? Thank you.
Thank you. I would like to refer this statement from my last speech, and that was that we all are blessed with two lives. One which we got, and the other one which we choose for ourselves. And that depends on how we work on our mind during the course of our journey to life. And that is what called the art of living. Good evening, friends.
Good evening.
Right. What do you think? What are the elements that influences the human mind? Yep.
Emotion.
Sorry?
Emotions.
Emotions, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Your
So let's
history.
have a quick look on those. The first one is positive thinking. Most of the people have misleading opinion about positive thinking. They believe that the people who walks with the positive thinking carries a smile on his face always. They are self-energized, self-motivated, and are less likely to get affected by the negative influences. However, in reality, it amplifies a different message. Positive thinking is all about acting rather than reacting. And there are 4 modes of transcendence to explain it in a better way. And the first one is self, which says that I believe in myself, I love myself, I'm aware of my strengths and weaknesses. The second one is others. Accept others the way they are. Trust them, believe them, and look good in others. The third one is situation. Accept the real part of the situation. Work with it rather than against it. Believing that each and every part of the situation which I come across has some positive message for me. Believing that there is a brighter side to it. And the last one, which suggests, is the goal. I'm here for some definite purpose. And the people and the situation which I come across during my journey will take me closer to the goal. These are the four transcendents which suggest you to act positively rather than react. The next element is nothing but the anger or the frustration. Most of us find difficult to withdraw ourselves from the situation of anger or frustration once we are booked with it. But the good news is that there is a simple 3-step process which will help you to say adieu to it. And the first step suggests accept it, which is the acceptance. Once you realize that you are in the situation of anger or frustration, the immediate reaction to it is you either try to suppress it or struggle with it. Don't do that. Don't do that. Suppressing will not help you for a long time. It will bounce back at some other time in some other form. So, accept it. The second stage to it is observe it. When you act as an observer, you actually disconnect the emotion from the situation. And then you hand over the charge to your conscious mind. And when you actually hand over the charge to your conscious mind, you step back from the negative influence circle and withdraw energy from it. And in the isolation of energy, your anger, frustration dies. Third and the final stage is return journey to peace. This you can do it with the help of meditation. Meditate every day, at least for 10 to 15 minutes, especially at the end of the day. This will help you to remove the negative ashes from the mind and create some space for the positive thoughts to settle down. And then you can start your day with a fresh energy. So these are the 3 simple steps to counter anger or frustration. The more we focus on anger, higher the bar is raised. Imagine anger as a tree and focus as a water. What will happen if you withdraw the source of water from the tree?
Die.
It decomposes and dies. And that's what exactly we do here. We remove the focus and your enemy will die at its own. The third and very important part of this element is soul. Free soul. Freedom is one thing we all desire and deserve. But unfortunately, we ourselves cage our soul and act as victim. Since our childhood, we learn to live in a legitimate way by following an inevitable path, no matter whether we like it or not. How many of you actually thinks this way, that I have to do it while doing certain things, rather than I want to do it?
Yeah.
I'm sure most of us. Doesn't matter. What we do is, when we say I have to do it, we certify ourselves as a victim and act as a prisoner. Don't engulf your soul. Don't engulf it. Set it free. Transform your action from I have to do it to I want to do it. And this transformation will dwell the happiness in your soul and set peace within. The next and very interesting element is self-awareness. Self-awareness is all about knowing your strengths and weaknesses. Knowing your strengths and using it as a tool will help you to carve your way to success. At the same time, it is imperative to understand your weaknesses as well, because then you can shrug it off. How? By observing it, working on it, one by one, not all at once. List down your weaknesses. You can take the help of your friends, relatives, anybody. I would like to quote one of the examples from my practical life. I used to take the extra doses of sleep every day, 9 hours a day, and I wanted to restrict it to 7 hours a day. I worked this out 2 years back. What I did is, I took a piece of paper, folded it vertically so that I can have 2 columns. The left-hand side column I utilized to mention the date, and the right-hand side, the time against that particular day I slept. Interestingly, I noticed, I started tracking it, and when I started it was 9 hours, and when I ended, I achieved my number, except weekends for sure. So, by tracking generously and consciously, it helps to deliver you the desired result. This helped me, and I'm sure it will help others as well. So this is how you can track your weaknesses and work on it one by one, not all at once. The other element are the negative influences. There are so many negative influences around us, like ego, criticizing habit, differing habit, procrastination, right? So there are so many around it. So these negative influences, what they exactly do is, they try to hold you back. And there is a rudimentary principle applied to each and everything in the world, and that is, there is a reaction to every action. Positive to positive and negative to negative. So to shun this off, I would like to recommend the same action we discussed it for weaknesses. The next one is, live in present, my friends. Live in present. Don't take the burden of past. Don't dwell too much around the future. Live in present. To wrap it up, I would like to bring the words on the podium said by someone, not by me. Difficulties do come in our life. To overcome it, we need to be strong. And strength comes from the spiritual knowledge. And this spiritual knowledge is nothing else but the art of living, that is mind management. Thank you. Over to you.